All right, here we go. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. How are you? Oh gosh, I lost track of time. I'm sorry. It's already 10:02. Wow, 2 minutes behind. That's terrible. Welcome. Let's get the show on the road since I'm already behind. I thought I was right on time, and all of a sudden I look at the clock, and it's 10:02. What happened? I was trying to click a few buttons here and there, and making sure I was doing everything in right, and the time just gets away from me. Well, how are all of you today? We've got a busy show here. Take Two Tuesday. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. I want to welcome all of you. If you're a new viewer, this Take Two Tuesday episode, what we do is we go back in time and look at items from the Stamps of Life. Today we got a couple die sets to look at, so we'll do some die cutting together. We'll have some fun facts about one of the items that we're looking at, and let's see, what else are we doing? We're going to play a game, a little crossword puzzle that you guys got to help me out with. I think we can do it if we work together. And then we'll end up with our good news segment at the end. We'll do a little Bible devotional. We're still in Proverbs chapter 27. So if you want to read that chapter again, that will keep you up with us, okay? Keep you updated. So let's see. Welcome, everybody. Let's see who's here. I do have a question for you here. Hi, Veer. I see you are in Missouri. Is that right, Missouri? What part of Missouri? I have family outside of Springfield, way down there in the south. Hi, Sylvie and Shelby, Damari, Carrie. Welcome, all of you. Amanda, Karen, M, and Janet, and Mary Lynn. Welcome. I see a few names I haven't seen for a little bit, so it's great. Hi, Polly and Jamie. Great. All right. My question for you to get things rolling here. Well, before let's do that. So this is our just for fun question, trying to need your involvement. Okay. So make sure you answer in the chat. I want to hear what you have to say. And then if you are watching at a later time, you can post in the comment section down below. If you want to jump in the fun and add a comment, you can do that down in the section below, because we won't be live. I won't be able to read it live, but I want to hear what you have to say. So my question for you, our icebreaker question today is, how did you discover the Stamps of Life? Or how were you introduced to the Stamps of Life? Either one. How did you discover the Stamps of Life, or how were you introduced to the Stamps of Life? That is our question for you. Add that into the chat. Obviously, I discovered it I got hired here, and here's where I work 15 years ago, 2009. But actually, a lot of you we might have met when we used to do shows. So I knew a lot of you from shows. Maybe you met us at a show, or I see maybe you found our website, a Google search, or maybe a friend, or maybe through HSN. Let us know, how did you discover, or how were you introduced to the Stamps of Life? That is our icebreaker question, okay? So welcome, all of you. And I know some of you have been around for a long time, so really appreciate that. And let me read some of these answers before we get rolling here. Now, I do have important information to let you know. We've got a busy week and a lot of exciting stuff going on this week. So I want you to let you know, we're finishing up the month, and that means we have a brand new month coming up, and that means there's brand new stamps and dies coming. So I'm going to tell you more about that here pretty soon. So let's see. Dawn says she's at work, but somehow she's watching. Don't get in trouble, Dawn. Let's see. Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Teresa's there. She says she's hot in New York City. Be careful around there too, I guess, huh? Vera says she's in the St. Louis area. Vera, we used to do a show in Collinsville, Illinois, where you just go across the Mississippi River. So I know I met a lot of people there. Yes, Ruth, the stencil, you are right. There is a stencil missing from the Fold It Club. So it's going to be fixed next month. We'll let Stephanie tell you what happened, because she'll be able to explain it better. But yes, Ruth, we will be getting that out to you. Okay, so we apologize for that. Dawn says she found us by Google search. Paula says, I found TSO at the CKC Manchester. Yes, that's right. We used to do that Manchester show way back. We'd fly into Boston and then drive to Manchester. I remember that. Karen is HSN. Janet's through Amazon. All right, Janet, awesome. Sylvie says at a show in Texas. Yeah, great. She went to one of Stephanie's classes. Shelby says HSN. Shauna says someone sold their stamp collection at a yard sale and I bought them and fell in love with them. Wow. What are the chances of that? Finding Stamps of Life stuff at a yard sale and then finding us on the internet. Pretty cool. Teresa says from Michael's many moons ago, maybe when there were Sizzix items. Yeah. Ruth says a client heard I was interested in making cards. Yeah, I recommended I watch it. I remember you told us that story. Carrie says many years ago, I think it was actually through Tiffany. Great. Jamie says looking online. Buffalo creating keepsake. Yep, we were there 1 or 2 times. I think we went to Buffalo. That was a long time ago. All right, so welcome everybody. Debbie Ann says combination of totally Tiffany and a friend. Well, it's cool all the different ways you guys found us. That is fun. The world is much different than it used to be. I mean, 20 years ago, the only way we could have ever found any of you guys was to go out to a convention or something like that. I don't even think Amazon, well, maybe 20 years ago, Amazon was around. But there was like no internet, no YouTube, none of that kind of stuff. So things have changed. So that's exciting because there's different ways for us to find you and for you to find us. So that is a great combination. So thanks for answering my question there. All right, here we go. Now, Ruth did say there is a problem with this month's Apple Bushel Fold It Club. There is a missing stencil. Stephanie was supposed to include it with this stencil pack here, but somehow it did not make it. So next month, we will be mailing out a bonus stencil that you should have got this month. So we apologize. First off, sorry. We're not false advertisers. We really meant to send it to you. It just, something went wrong. Again, I don't know the details. So you guys are going to have to quiz Stephanie on that. I don't want to answer for her, but things happen. So we apologize. But let me show you a couple of the samples and the items that are available. So here is a card sample. This is brand new. You can only get this collection by becoming a Fold It Club member. So if you are in the Fold It Club, I started shipping these last week. They were all going out like, what days? I think I shipped them on Thursday and Friday. I got them all out by Friday. So they should be on the way to you, okay? Watch that mail. It is missing a stencil, but at least you got 2 stencils and a folded die and then the add-on card and all that. And some of you get the stamps too. So I will show you that collection here. So here's a couple of card ideas, really nice. Of course, with the fold it, you can have it open up on top. It could open on the side, however you like. Hi, Linda, Diane, great. This is a really nice collection. This is the add-on stamp set. If you're interested in the stamps, we have that. Ooh, there's a lot of glare on that one with the packaging, but it has a lot of fun sentiments. Let me see if I can read any of them. Hope your day is sweet to the core. You are the apple of my eye. Thanks a bushel. Bushels of love coming your way. So lots of fun apple themed. Now you can use this apples, you know, you kind of think fall, but apples are good anytime, summer, spring. You can make an apple basket card anytime you want. And we're also discovering some people are saying already, hey, I have an idea of something different to put in their basket. So here we have green apples, but what would you put in your basket? Maybe flowers or pumpkins? Let me know in the chat there. What would you add to your basket? If you were thinking outside the box and you wanted to add something different, mix it up, what would you add to your basket? From maybe the items you already have in your collection, your stash of stamps and dies. What would you add to your basket? It can just be all kinds of different things. Again, flowers, I was thinking some other kind of fruit. I know a long time ago we did pears, cherries, different things like that. Strawberries would work good in there. But even outside of food, what other kind of things could you put? Like a basket full of sports balls, like basketballs and soccer balls. That would be fun. Little baseballs in there, different things you could add in that. So let us know what you think you might add to your basket. So I showed you those 2 ideas. I showed you the stamps, the idea card. That's the die set you get right there. And it does come with, you have your big die and a little apple there on the side. I think you can see that. And there is the stencils you will get. I don't know if I can show it all to you. So there should be 2 of them in there. Number 3 apparently is missing, but we're going to take care of that. We will get back to you with that. All right. All right. Don't worry. We apologize that there will be a delay for that, but things happen. All right. Let's see if we got any other ideas. So Paul said a basket full of fall leaves. That's good. Water balloons, that's a good one, Mary. Puppies, says Linda. That's a cool idea. Yeah, some little critters peeking out of there. Balloons, add strawberries. Flowers are lovely, says Carrie. Blackberries. Polly, I think there are apple stamps on our website. Let me check. I'll do it just for fun. Type in apple. And I know, yes, there is a collection. There is an apple die set I see. And there is also an A2 apple, Polly. So both of those are on the website. Okay, both of those are on the website. And let's see, let's keep moving. We've got our momentum going here. What else? What else do I want to let you know? Oh, this is a real big deal. The magnet sheets are back in stock. And so we were out here on the Stamps of Life website for a long time. We were out of the magnets, but they are back. Okay, so they are back. Let's see, I'm going to hit this. If you are liking the show, make sure you hit our like button. Okay, share, like, all that good stuff. Thank you. If you do that, I really appreciate it. And then you can subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But these come in a 10-pack. They're popular. I see a lot of them are selling already on our website. So get those. Maybe you'll want to add them to your order if you pick up something else here with the first coming up. So that would be Thursday and Thursday night, Friday morning. You might want to add some of these. I found out that we were sold out and then HSN sold out, and now we have them back. So this is your chance to get those and get stocked up on them. I know everybody loves those, so I wanted to let you know those are back. Then also the googly eyes, and we're going to use these real quick, but I wanted to show you. I don't even think our website tells you how many you get, but I'm going to guarantee you that you get, and I'm going to show you what a pack of these looks like here. Let me show you. I don't want to spill them, so I got to be careful. It'll be a big mess if I spill them. Okay, our googly eyes right there, which are a fun way to add to your card. It includes at least 500 eyes, 500 little googly eyes. So those are back on the website. And realistically, I think it's close to 700. But I'm going to guarantee you there's at least 500 eyes in every single one. I hope none of you will count them, just because I hope you have better things to do than to count these little eyes, because some of them are so tiny. Can you see those really tiny ones up here? Ooh, those are super tiny, but it's a fun way to add something extra to your creation. And I'm going to add them to the one we're going to do today, but this guy I made a little while ago, and you can see he's pretty cool. And those little eyes really make a big difference. So googly eyes, wiggly eyes, they call them, I think, on our website. You can get those. And what else do I have to tell you? This Thursday, Stephanie is going to do a live Die Hard Club and Stamp Club reveal. That's going to be during the crafting corner. Okay, that'll be 5 o'clock this Thursday on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. So make sure you tune in. She'll do at the beginning, she'll do the club reveal. We'll go all over that. And then she's going to, I think she'll demo, but she's going to show for sure all the new items that are coming out as part of the, what is it, August 1st release. So we'll be having a flash sale on Thursday. We'll have the club reveal. That will all be during Stephanie's Crafting Corner on Thursday. So make sure you save the date. Make sure you set yourself a reminder. I don't want anybody to miss out on that, okay? I don't want you to miss out on that. That will be fun. I think that is everything. Let's see. I told you about the Fold It Club. Let's get rid of that banner. Oh, we're going to get rid of that. And did I say, I made up some slides here, but did I get that? No, we did the Thursday. No, birthday's gone. I think that's it. I think that is it. Oh, I told you about the glacier. We have new glacier color. If you didn't know that, we introduced the new color. It's kind of like a light blue, and that's called glacier. There's ink, felt, and cardstock available in that color. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Our first item. Now we're a little ways away from Halloween, but it won't be long. It won't be long. So today I'm going to introduce you, if you're new to us, this is the Stamps of Life. This is the Bat Fold It. So let me add that over there to my desk. And I think that should show up pretty good. and switch over to that one. So this collection, it's a slimline folded, okay? So it's a little bit longer, which makes sense because he's got those big wings and everything, huh? The bat folded. And let me find, I have a little note here for our bat. He is from September of 2021. So almost 4 years ago, this little guy came out. And it's fun as far as you can make it a folded card. I think you'd only want top opening because the card is so large, but you can also add it to, you can make banners with this. You could add it to what else, like a bulletin board. If you're decorating, you can put it on a scrapbook page. There's all kinds of different ways you can use this one. I have a couple nice samples here to share with you. Let me do that. And then in a minute, maybe after we do our die cutting, we'll go over, we have fun facts for bats. I know they're kind of creepy, but it's okay. They're bats, they're mammals. God made them, so there must be something. Don't they eat bugs or something like that? So they clean out the bugs for us, so that's good. But let me show you the card samples that I have. And there are some nice ones here. So there's a great idea. Little banner up on top says, "Boo to you." Some ghosts have been added. That opens up right on the top. Wow, that's cool. On the inside, spider webs, trick or treat, it says. Again, now, of course, you're thinking Halloween. Here we are, almost August. Halloween will be here in it's about 2 months away. So if you like this, it's on the website. If you already have it, this is a reminder for you that you want to take this out and use it. And so here our artist has decorated a nice, cool face. Now, this one's fun. I don't know exactly how it works, but it can fold up, and they had a little bow around it. When I found it, it was all in shambles. So I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but you could tie him up and maybe, I don't know, put a little something surprise in there or something. If you wanted, you could do that. Here is a different color, birthday bat, pink. And I did notice during the fun facts that you always think of bats kind of being all black, but there's different kinds of bats. So they can come in different colors. Different colors. But Halloween will be here soon. So what the heck? You might as well start making cards now. This will be an easy one. If you want to crank out a bunch, look at that. On a card front, boo. Got your bat there with a cute bat with a little bow. And also on a card front here, eek, it says, that's a nice idea with that stars in the background. Uh-oh, something got stuck on that little guy on the top. Oh, great, I think I can get it off. Rescue him. There it is. Had a little extra piece there at the top. So there's that one. And this is on a slim line. So they've just added to a slim line. It says Happy Halloween. And then, excuse me, I don't know if I'll be able to show this. I'm going to back this up a little bit. This is actually all kind of like an idea for a scrapbook page. So trick or treat, they've added a spider, some webs, pumpkins, really nice. Add a little photo down there or something. That would be great. Your trick or treater. All right, so there's our ideas. Let's come up with an idea ourselves, and then I'll show you how we can use this. Let me find the dies. I buried them over here. Where did you go, little bat? And let's take a look at the website real quick. We haven't done that yet, so we want to check these out on the website. So if you just type in bat on the website, you're going to find this item. And let me show you what you can see on the website. All right, so there's the bat, our little bat, and it has a grand total of 5 dies in this collection. Let's see what you get. Let's see what you get. Our bats here. You're going to get, so you get the outside die. There's an inside piece. The face is separate there. And then you get the 2 little extra pieces. Are those for the little fangs? Let's see. No. I don't know what those little ones are for. Some kind of decoration. Well, we'll have to figure that out. Upside down batty, it says. Oh, that's good. So there's some good ideas there, even more than I have. I showed you some of these, but if you want to see even more, they're on the website. I like that idea. There. And I showed you that one. And so that's all on the website. Again, 5 dies. If you scroll down, you're going to find some of our other Halloween items down below there. Halloween right there. Okay, let's move on to our workstation. Let me get these dies out real quick. I'm still trying to figure out what those little dies are for. I wonder if it's for moons in the background. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get these dies out. I'm going to use these two big dies. We'll make our card with that, and we're going to use the face too. And we're going to add some eyes. See that right there? We can add some googly eyes to this guy. We're going to do that. Let's jump over here and take a look at these. If you're new to die cutting or paper crafting, this is easy. Let me show you how easy it is to do. I am no professional, but slimline cards are fun, easy ones to do. I'm going to show you just how easy it is. Let's zoom back a little bit. Okay, here we go. The big die. This big die is the main die. It's going to do your card base, whereas this one will be a little bit more decorative. Okay, this will be the decorative part. We're going to use them both. So we're going to use this for the base of our card, and then what happens is when we use a fold it, because the cardstock is folded under here, you get a kind of a straight line on top, so doesn't look aesthetically right. So we'll have to run it through again with this die in order to cover that up and get rid of the straight lines so it actually looks like a bat. So let's start with that. And I'm going to find some black cardstock, licorice cardstock, I'm hoping. And here's one sheet. So we're going to fold that in half. And then this one we can just run through regular. So let's go ahead and do that. If I just take this, fold it right in half. And really want to get that fold nice. If you have something to press it with, that's good. I have a bone folder here. It's kind of something, you could use anything, a block, but you want to really get that crease score line really good. And I've done that. Then I'm going to take my bat, and what I need to do is have it, see how it goes off just the edge. That's going to create the fold. So when we open up our cardstock, it'll open up like that. So let me show you how that works. So our die goes a little bit off the edge, which I just dropped the die. Boom, boom, boom. Fortunately, it's a big die, so it's not like I can lose it. Whereas with the little dies, everybody, little dies disappear. Now, I'm going to make a black bat. And I showed you, what did I show you? We've seen some other colors here. And I think most of us would pick black, right, as our first option. But thinking of being creative, and I showed you this pink one, what color, since we're not really in the Halloween season yet, what color would you make your bat? So answer that in the chat, just for fun, thinking outside the box. Now, you can't say black because that's normal Halloween. But what color might you have your bat be if you were to make one today? That pink one is awesome. And it's outside the box, thinking different. And again, when we do our fun facts, I'll show you what some bats look like. Today, my bat will be black. Well, he's going to be a little bit different. I guess I'm going to mix it up a little. I'm going to surprise you guys. So let me know excuse me, what color, if you were to make a bat like I am today, what color would you use? What color would you want to make your bat? Do you have a birthday coming up for somebody special and you want to give them a bat card? I don't know. You got to think of a different color. If it's a daughter or granddaughter, maybe the bat idea might not be the best one. So you got to dress it up a little bit and make him look a little bit cuter, right? Maybe if you had a big pattern. Excuse me. This is not staying in place. This die just wants to jump off of there. There we go. Okay, got it. I'm going to hit my cough button here because my throat is getting itchy. So hang on one second. I found a Tic Tac, so maybe that will have us a lonely Tic Tac. Maybe that will help out today. So let's try that. What's going on there? There we go. Oh, let me move that light there. It's a little bit too bright. All right, we have the base of our card. So let me show you. We die cut that. Great. It is a bat. It is a bat. Look at that. It opens up, but look at our poor little bat. He's got like a crop top or something there right on the top. His hair got, or his ears got buzzed right off. We can't have that. We can't have that. So we got to fix that. We've got to fix it. So how do we fix it? We take the same die and we're going to run it through again on cardstock, but this time we don't have to fold it. We don't want to fold it. Okay. So we're just going to put it regular here and we're going to run it through our machine again. Here we go. So that is our base. And this time his little ears, everything should all be there. That's what we want. It should all be there. Now, why are you doing that light? I've never noticed that light being so bright down there before. Let me move that over. It's kind of distracting. Okay. So here is our bat with his ears and all that good stuff. And we are going to take the base and we are just going to add this one on top. I'm just going to get a little bit of glue here. Now, we won't really have time to let our little guy dry and all that stuff, but I should have had this tipped upside down. Come on, glue. Make sure that's open. There we go. I'm just going to go real fast, get some glue on there. You won't stick while we're doing this, but by tomorrow or even this afternoon, he would be glued down really good. Oh, I just take that, add that right to the top. I'm getting a little sloppy today. Got a little glue on the side there. Line that up. And there he is, no straight line on top. So that is the main part, the base, but let's add the decorative part. And this is kind of fun. I was trying to figure this out yesterday. See if I can do it. So I'm going to go gray today. What colors did you guys pick? Let me see if I can see any of them. What colors do you get? Dark purple, pansy, midnight blue, orange. All right, you guys got some good ones. Pansy, purple, neon green. Good. The great thing is it's just decorative and you're just trying to do it for fun. You could do any color. Like we just saw, we saw a pink bat. Whatever color you like would work. I'm going gray. I am going gray right now. I am going gray because I kind of like that combination of gray or silver and black. So let's do that. So this is the inside piece, and let's see how that came out. It's looking good. Now what's cool is these little pieces here on the die, which will allow some of our color to come through. We could keep it all solid gray like that if we want, but we can also pop these out. And that will allow some of the black to kind of shine through, which will make the card look a little more interesting. So let's do that. So you can see those spots where you can see through now. I'm going to do the same thing. Add some glue to this guy. Right on there. Come on, the glue is just here. Why would it not be working again? Oh, glue, where are you? There we go. I had it pointed down and everything. So I'm just going to dot, not a lot, right? Stephanie says. Boop, boop, boop. Add some dots there. Again, we're just kind of not making a real official card here, but just to kind of give you an idea of what we could be doing. We're going to take that, add that to the top of our base. Flip it over. And ta-da, it's looking good. Let's get a face on there though. But doesn't that look nice? The black coming through those lines. I really, really like that. He needs a face. So we're going to switch back. We're going to use this again. Now, I'm not exactly sure I understand how this works, so bear with me. I think we can do this. So I'm trying to add the face. So we just want the circle that's on the inside. And we got to switch back to black to make this work. Let's see. Will that cut that out? Maybe. Okay. I'm not 100% sure, guys, that I know what I'm doing on this one. So this could be classic, like classic as in good, or this could be epic as in fail. So we're not sure exactly how this is going to turn out. I think I need more than just this one die for that face to pop out. So I'm going to try with this and see what happens. I'm not sure that's needed, but just to be on the safe side, we're going to run both of these through and see what happens. It seems odd for that circle, that face to be there in the center. Oh, definitely going to be a problem. Well, let's go. This is my first thought. I think we're just going to get a circle, which is fine. But then, I don't know. I don't know about this, but let's try. If I'm doing this wrong, I'm sorry. You can't yell at me to help me. But so see, now that did not quite cut all the way, but what was going to happen when we run this face through? Will it punch out the eyes and the mouth? Let's see. We want to keep his ears, but there's some extra pieces here that we definitely don't want. So let's try to keep his ears, but get rid of some of this other stuff and see what happens. It has just little kind of chads there. And I think it was designed to do this. And we want to take that off of there. I'm slowing down here a little bit, so sorry. Thanks for your patience. I want to make sure I don't goof this up. I'm just trying to get the little pieces off the edge. Okay. Now how do we get this around his ear without cutting off his ear? Okay, one came off. That's good. Oh, these just kind of peel off here. Good. Ooh, there's one little extra piece that didn't get it. All right. I think we're going the right way. You can see my scissor skills are not that great. Just shows you that I kind of usually rely on the dies to do all the work, which is the smart way to do it. But this one is a little bit different, so we'll see how it comes out. Now I'm going to try to run the face through there and see what happens. Again, I'm not 100% sure I know what I'm doing, but what the heck? You only live once, right? You only live once. Let's just give it a shot. The worst could happen is it doesn't cut, and we have a solid face bat, which we could fix. And that die is sliding, so when your die starts to move around, you just take a little washi tape, which is tape that's really not that sticky, and you just tape it down. And that will help. All right, let's give it a try. We're almost done with this. Oh, look, my handle came off. Did I lose the screw? That has never happened. There's a little screw that holds this handle on, and I have a feeling it's not in here. That was funny. Woo! I think the screw is lost. That should be staying right on there. So when this episode's done, I'm going to have to go searching on the floor for a little screw. We can't have that happen every episode. All right, let's leave that on there, and let's see how our face turned out. Come on. All right. Let's take a look. See what we got here. Take that washi tape off. And it did look that. Oh, perfect. They're all punching out. Now, again, you can get more decorative and crazy. Oh, somehow I had 2 sheets of paper. That's why we were getting that. There's our face. And I'm going to show you some eyes today, too. Remember our googly eyes? I told you I was going to use those today. So we are going to add some googly eyes to our bat just for fun, so I can show you how easy they are to work with. And let's see. Of course, the wiggly eyes have all kinds of different sizes. For this guy, he's got pretty big openings for his eyes, so we want to use some larger ones. There, I've got that. Looking good, right? Our bat is looking good. You could color his mouth a different color if you want. You could add a piece of that, but we're just going to do the eyes for today. Let me grab a couple eyes here, and we'll finish this off. I'm not doing the sticky part just so you don't have to watch me try to peel these. But there is our bat with his googly eyes right there on top. He's looking for Halloween. He's looking for some trick-or-treaters. I really like that one. I hope you guys like it. I hope you like it. That is the Slimline Bat Fold It die set. Where is my... You can get it on the Stamps of Life website. Again, here's some way better examples than mine. We talked about the pink. And of course, you could add some color to his eyes, to the mouth, do some shading. It'll really, really stand out. So that is a good fun one, if you like, on the Stamps of Life website. All right, let me kind of clean up things here, and we will move on. Oh, we're going to do our fun facts about bats. And let's clear out some space so we'll be ready for our next round. I know none of you guys could have seen that screw come out of here, could you? It's somewhere on this side. All right, where am I? Let's switch my cameras back over. So I hope you like that one. Let's find our fun facts. Fun facts for bats. Now, there are some pictures of bats here that I don't want any of you to get scared, but bats are kind of weird looking to me. At least that's what I think. That is what I think. So let me show you. This has 17 fun facts about bats you can't resist. So we'll see if we can resist or not. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these bats. And they should be over there. Let's take a look. Here we go. Bats, bats. Are you ready to learn some fun facts about bats? It says. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now, I'm sure nobody's ever had a bat as a pet, so there are probably some great things we're going to learn here. Bats are the only flying mammals, number one. That is a pretty interesting thing. Think of all the mammals in there, so like warm-blooded animals, and they are the only flying ones. But it's funny, they showed this picture of this squirrel. He looks like he's doing a pretty good job. He's a mammal. Now, he's not meant to fly. Those are not wings, but look how he spreads his body out. So anyway, that guy can really do some jumping. Bats are nocturnal. Bats are creatures of the night. If you see one during the day, that usually means there's a problem. Oh, he might be sick or something like that, or resting. He's hiding. So if you see a bat in the daytime, something's up. They mostly stay in caves, buildings, chimneys, hollow trees, bat house, or even in a crevice in a rocky area. Ooh, see how creepy they look? Like they hang upside down all the time, right? And look, they're kind of hairy. Yikes. They just look creepy. Doesn't mean they're bad, but, you know, bats come in all different sizes. The smallest example, oh, did it say how many bats there are? No, they didn't tell us yet, but there are a lot. You guys are going to be surprised how many bats there are. The smallest example of a full-grown bat is called a kitty hog-nosed bat. The species is only about a little over 1.25 inches in length. Wow. And weighs about 1/2 ounce. Whew. It's like a bumblebee bat, it says. This creature is the smallest bat. Wow. It's also one of the tiniest mammals in the world. So think of that. A 1 inch, that's tiny. A bat like that size. You would think it's just a bug. You wouldn't even know it was a bat. Wow. Let's see, what else? The largest bats are much more massive. For example, the giant golden crowned flying fox, which is a fruit bat, weighs about 3 pounds and has a wingspan of roughly 5 feet. 5 feet. Look at that guy. How would you like to have that guy swooping down on you? See, that would kind of scare me. Bats evolved independently from birds. Even though birds and bats evolved to rule skies, they acquire different skills of flight. So bat wings are different than bird wings. So birds have arm bones. Bats, they have fingers, it says, at least according to this picture. Forearm, finger, thumb, second finger, foot, leg. Bat wings, on the other hand, are actual hands. Ooh, that's weird. Bats have ridiculously overpowered hearts. They need this additional power to supply enough oxygen for flight. So their hearts got to be pumping like crazy. This means that bats, when they beat their wings hard and fast, it traps blood into the wings, I guess, and gets the muscles going out there. So you got to be able to get the bat's got to get the blood going into his wings. Yuck. They swim through the air. Bats swim through the air rather than doing bird flapping. In that respect, they are more like a fish. Huh. So maybe if you've seen like a stingray, how they kind of flap, maybe that's, if you were to slow it down, it'd be something like that. Bats eat a lot of bugs. Here we go. It has been estimated that some species of bats can eat up to 6,000 bugs in an hour. Ooh. I guess I need a bat to come around my house to eat all the flies and the gnats and all that stuff. That'd be good. Many people try to attract bats to their backyard to help control mosquitoes. It says, in addition, most farmers love bats because they're getting rid of all those pesky bugs. As the bugs go, so do the bats. For bats that live in cold weather climates, they either hibernate or migrate south during the winter months. This is because there's no bugs to eat. So bat can't stay where it's cold because there's no bugs. They have a wide range of They have a wide range of heartbeats. When a bat is in flight, his heart is beating between 400 and 1,100 beats per minute. Wow. Bats are designed to hang upside down. Here they are. Look at that. See, now those are creepy bats. Look, they're all wrapped up in their little... that's the kind of bats I like. Sorry. If you're a bat fan, so I'm sorry. Their feet are weird. I want you to think about hands for a second. It says when you relax them, they sit in an open position. To close your hands in a fist, you need to use your muscles. Look at those creepy little hands. Let's see. They have a need for speed. Another reason that bats sleep upside down and high in the air is so that when they drop, they get enough speed to get going. Their tiny back legs won't let them run to get ground speed for takeoff. That's interesting. So to get going when they take off, that's why they hang upside down. Ooh, see, that is a scary looking bat. Bats can't launch to fly because their wings don't provide enough lift. They cannot leap, so they have to start from up above and go down. Interesting. Number 12, there are way more bats than you think. Here we go, 1,300 different types of bats, 1,300 species of bats, which makes them, how about this, the second most populous mammal species behind, this is gross, rodents. Some of the time when you look at the bat, it looks like a little mouse or rat flying around, so they must be related a little bit. The majority of bats are found around the equator, but they're located everywhere in the world except Antarctica, too cold. For those of us that live in Canada, the United States, we can find 40 different species. Let's see. Many creatures eat bats. Oh, poor bats. Bats get chewed on by animals like owls, hawks, eagles, snakes, weasels, and raccoons. Ew. We won't watch that. Even house cats will try to chew on some bats. Poor bats. Blind as a bat isn't true. Bats can see fine, but most species use echolocation for hunting and navigation. So they can see. I thought that was a thing too, that they couldn't see very good. So it helps in the darkness. It says echolocation is like using sound. And we're just about done. Some bats really do drink blood. Yuck. Yep. Some drink blood from cows, pigs, horses, and similar animals. Ugh, vampire bats. No. These creepy little guys. Some bats eat fruit or nectar. That's better. Have some watermelon, little bat. Oh, Chuck Norris. Yes. Some bats like company, others don't. Some bats choose to live alone, getting together only for mating purpose, but the majority of bats gather together in colonies of about 100 or more. So there you go. There you go. Bat fun facts. Hope you like those. But there are some weird things about bats. All right, we're moving on to our next collection, and let me go ahead and find that. The double Z fold card. This is a fun one. Double Z fold card. Did I type that in right? from November of 2001. Again, we're looking about 4 years ago. This is a cool card. I'll show you how it works. We won't make a full card, but I will not a full card, but not a full card, but a full card, but most of a card. So this is a double Z card. Look at that. So it comes like that as an A2, and then you can open it up. What's fun is all these panels, the dies come in the set with. You don't have to measure or line things up. All you have to do is die cut and then piece it all together. And it's pretty easy to do. I was using this yesterday. So let me show you these samples and our item. Where is that? I have it here. Double Z card die set from November of 2021. It's a fun one. I think there is also an A1 version, but this is the A2, which is nice. It has a little more area to work with. More areas you could get your sentiments on. So let's take a look at these. I'll show you over here. Still a mess over here, but we can do it. We can do it. We can at least try to do it. Let's try to do it. Whoops, messy over here. Messy. There's my scissors that I tried to use. Got to get my stands back. So there is the die set, and you can't see it, but it is there, and it comes with a lot of dies. Look at that. Scoot that back a little bit. A lot of dies. We'll count them up when we go to the website, but you get a lot. The main thing to know, the big die on the outside is going to do all the main card base, and then these little rectangles here, kind of like slimline shaped, they're going to do all the adding to the panels. The inside, that's just decoration, okay? So don't get overwhelmed. Just takes a few of these dies to really do all the work. That's the die set. And then let me show you the samples. I just showed you this one. That's kind of the barbecue theme, which is fun because just last week we did this collection. I might have showed you this card during last week's episode. We did the barbecue to stamp. And then I brought this back. I held it over for another week so we could use it also with this set. So then it opens up like that. And all the fun stuff's in there. You can get some sentiments in there, some decoration, however crazy you want to go. Okay. Our dies are going to do these panels for us. That's what I'm going to show you. Very, very nice card. Very nice card. All right, let's look at another one. This is Thinking of You, it says. And you're wondering, well, how do I get my sentiments in there? Look, this is how you do it. Thinking of You, and our designer has added a nice circle there. That is really sharp. Happy anniversary, it says. Happy anniversary. Look at pattern paper. Pattern paper will be your friend, help you out so much. This one has lots of pattern paper and it looks nice. Now, if you're looking for Christmas themed, we've got that too. We've got Christmas theme. Believe, it says. In the magic of Christmas. Nice. Nice. Different pattern paper on the back there. A couple trees. Really looking sharp. And here we go. One more, Thinking of You. And it's used the heart panel from this die set. Added a little fence down there at the bottom. So here's a different idea of how to use this one. It comes with a strip, which most of our designers use. See, this strip is included here. But if you want to think of something different, you can use your fence die to make this work as well. Add some flowers in there. Thinking of You, it says. So these are all nice card samples. If you were to take a look at this on the website, you just type in double Z and you'll find this collection here. Let me show you. So that's a double Z card, and there are a bunch of good card samples here. I think even ones that I'm not showing you today. So let's take a look at those. Yeah, hello, winter, another circle back there in the background. Happy birthday. So we must have did two different batches because I have not seen any of these samples in mine. You're a friend of mine, rain or shine, it says. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen, guys. Sorry. You're not seeing any of this. There we are. Okay. This was on HSM before. So let's go back. Let me go back. Sorry about that. I had you on the wrong screen. Here I was talking about all these cool cards and you couldn't even see them. So it includes 19 dies. So that's the big thing. 19 dies, but remember just a few of them do all the work. So you can even have it be a window card if you want to have it to be able to be see-through. There's the Christmas card I was telling you about. Happy birthday. Lots of pattern papers, mixing some solids. Rain or shine, you're a friend of mine. Welcome. So baby themed card. That looks really nice. All kinds of good stuff. There's a video for it. There's a gallery. There's an idea book too. How about that? Let's see what happens. Some of the time the idea books are not here at first, but I'm going to just live on the edge. And hopefully an idea card book will pop up. It's got 12 pages. So far they're blank. There it is. So it just takes a second to load. And there's some Stephanie pictures and some information how to make these cards. Okay, so there's some ideas. That is all. You can download that for free if you want on the website there. View idea gallery, and then the idea book is right there. And there's some other nice card bases down there too. And again, I believe there's a Z fold, which is similar. And this is double Z. And I think there's an A1Z somewhere as well. So again, 19 dies, but just a few of the dies do most of the work for us. Okay, we are going to do, before we check out these dies, we are going to go ahead and do our game. So everybody needs to jump in here. We're going to do a crossword puzzle. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen that will show us the puzzle. I'm going to read. So what I need you to do in the chat, because last time I think I was taking a little bit too long. Maybe we ran out of time. I don't know if there's a timer or not. I think there is a timer. But so I'll read the question for like one across. And then if we don't know it right away, I'm just going to read the question for the next one across. So if you know the answer for one across in the chat, you have to put one and across and then whatever the answer is. Otherwise, I'm going to get all confused. So if you know the answer for number one, write in that number. And if it's across, right, you're going to have to write across because when we get to the downs, and it's going to get really confusing. Does that make sense? I hope. So help me out. Let's see how fast we can do on this. It does have a timer. It's a mini crossword. And every once in a while I do one of these just by myself. I'm just trying to make my brain think a little bit. So that's what we're doing. And we're trying to have some fun. And you'll see how clueless I am on some of these. And then you'll get the answers like really quick. So let's see what happens. We're going to share this one. I'm going to add to the stage. And where is it now? Okay, I want to make sure I can see your answers. Okay, so you guys can see the first question is travelers to Bethlehem. Now, you would think I would know that. Travelers to Bethlehem. One across. And I don't know it. One across. Travelers to Bethlehem. It has 4 letters. Is it Mary? The thing that throws me off is it says travelers, plural. So let's go to 5 across. The 5th element. What is that one? Now, I don't know my elements. Who knows what the 5th element is? I'm just going to type it in. Let's see. We got to start. Why does this not start? I hope this doesn't mess it up, but we're going to start and see if our timer starts. Hopefully it doesn't give us a new, I hope it didn't take that one away from us. We might have a new, darn it. We shouldn't have done that. Now we got to watch commercials. So let me, can you hear the commercials, you guys? Can you hear the commercials? I hope not. Let's skip ad. Sorry about that.
LegalZoom makes it simple to start an LLC in 3 easy steps.
So
your business dreams are as close as your fingertips. Just answer a few basic questions.
Sorry, I messed it up. Magi was good. Thanks for whoever helped me out there. We're on the 29th, right? Let's try it again. Yes. Okay. Travelers to Bethlehem. Great. Magi. Got it. The timer's running. Good. Now we're going. Magi. We got a little bit. 5 across. The 5th element. Who knows that? 5th element. 5th element. 5th element. Number 6 is runway surface. 7 is ghost. I don't know any of these. 8 across is lustfully eyeballs. Oh man, I'm doing terrible. 5 across. Does anybody know the fifth element? Fifth element. Another word for ghost. Does anybody know? Spooks, maybe? Spooky? 9 is witness. What is a witness across? Oh gosh, I don't know any of these. So if you know any of these answers, please help me, because 7 across, spirit. All right, let's try it. Spirit. Is that ghost? No, S-P-I-R-I. Yeah, let's try it. S-P. I didn't see who I answered, but let's try that one. Thank you for your help. Somebody must know the fifth element. Fifth element. All right, let's try one of the down ones. A group of spirits. One down. Starts with an M. Group of spirits. One down. A group of spirits. No. 2 down. Military forces. Oh gosh, how do I not know any of these? 2 down. It starts with an A. Military forces. Military forces is not army. Armor. No. I don't know if 1 across is right. That should be magi. But what is 4 down? Foot part. And it starts with an I. See, I don't know. We are bumming on this one. I need like a phone a friend. Runway is carpet. Okay, let's try that. Thank you. And that was number 6. A carpet, huh? Carpet. Now, that's not going to make sense because it can't be C and S. Could be tarmac. No, but then this can't be spirit. 7. Oh, gosh. All right, 6 down. 6 down. Pairs. I'm getting none of these. Trash hauling boat. How about that? 5 down. 5 down. Trash hauling boat. Six across is couple. Okay, good. Yes. See, I can never think of these. 6 across is, wait, 6, no. 6 down. See, it's 6 down. There's only 4 letters. It can't be couple. 6 across is runway surface. I was thinking tarmac. And not carpet. I could be wrong. But then the problem is spirit does not work here, right? So we're going to try tarmac, but does anybody know a part of the foot that starts with an I? 4 down, foot part. Well, we're really bombing on this one, guys. Barge. I thought it was barge too. Trash hauling boat. 5 down. Okay. B. Thank you, Marilyn. That's right. Barge. So that means our spirit is wrong. Spirit is wrong. I got to back that one out. So we're still looking for a word for ghost. Can't be spooky or so. 5 across starts with a B now. The fifth element. Does anybody know that one with the B? 1 down is a group of spirits, and it starts with the M. 2 down is military forces. Well, 5 minutes is going to be our cut. 5 across is ether. Okay, good. No, so that doesn't fit. 5 across. That wouldn't fit. All right, we're going to cheat and we're going to get all the answers and we're going to see how lame we are today, or at least how lame I am, because 5 minutes is our limit. Here we go. We're going to reveal all these answers that we got wrong. Reveal the puzzle. I have never even heard of some of these words. Okay, let's review the answers. Great. Travelers to Bethlehem. We got that. 5 is the 5th element is boron. I would have never got that one. 6, tarmac was right. 7 across is ghost is a wraith. Has anybody ever heard of that word? Wraith. I have never heard of that word as far as I know. 8 is ogles, which we probably should have figured that one out because we were just talking about the googly eyes. 9 across is, what was the question on 9 across? Seas. Witnesses. That's tricky. 4 down, foot part, inch. That was a tricky one. 3 down, adult kids. That was really tricky because, of course, adult kids, I'm thinking like a teenager, boy, girl, but adult kids, goats. And number 2, we should have got armies. Armies. Plural. Military forces, see, plural. I kept thinking of army, but no, it doesn't fit in there. Armies. 1 down is morale. I've never heard of that either for group spirits. So these ghost ones, these group spirits, I have never heard of these. Have any of you heard of any of these? It was harder than you thought, right? Armies, Janet, good job. I didn't catch that. So there are some that we just... time I can actually do these. Hey, why is my box so small? Hey, what's going on? There we go. So every once in a while I get down to adult kids. Yeah, not human kids, right? Someone in bad spirits as in sad. Yeah. So anyway, we tried. I guess when I do it by myself, these crossword puzzles, it takes me longer. But I can usually get about 90% of it right. But today, what was that about? Maybe we got about 20% right. That's terrible. That was terrible. Results. Completed without help or errors, 43%. Well, we'll take it. 43%. It's better than 0. It's better than 0. Not good, but better than 0. All right, let's get going. That just was not our game today. Family Feud last week, we did good on that one, but not so hot on this. Let's move over to our workstation and check out this die set. And then don't forget, if you have your Bible, we're going to do our good news segment here. Coming up, we're in Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27. Short verse, and it will actually be kind of a little shorter devotional. It kind of gets right to the point. So when we get to that, we're just going to get to the point today. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. Now that is looking a little bit dark. A little bit dark. Let's go ahead and add a little light to that. All right. And we're going to do the base and fill in a couple spots here on our dice. Now, where did those dice go? They're there. They're running away. All that frustration with that crossword puzzle, and now I'm out of sorts here. Okay, so here we have our base, and we can just pick any colors here. Just trying to show you how this works. And let's find just go with a white card base, and we're going to run this through, face down, a little bit of an angle to help avoid our speed bumps. And let's run this through. Run it through. I hope everybody's having an awesome week. I keep seeing on the maps that most of the country is super hot. So far, I mean, I'm sure as soon as I say this, things will change. We have had a mild summer here in Southern California. Mid-70s, high 70s. It's been nice. No rain out here. So here we have our A2 card. Okay, A2 card. These two pieces. That will be our folding mechanisms right there. See how the die did all the work for us. Die did all the work for us. Let me make sure I have that right. So it should be going this way. All right, there's the base of our card. Next. So I can put that off to the side. We have lots of decoration, but I'm just showing the basis of the cards here. we're going to go ahead and run a couple of these through to add some panels to our card. And I've got those. That will fill up all our panels. Let's get some different colors here and maybe find some, there's something different. We can add some color. So let's do that. And what else do we want to use? Do we have any other colors here? This one might match that. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to give this a try. I think this will match some of those dots on there, so we can do that. Let's go smaller here. And we'll do a larger die there. And to save time, we're going to do 2 dies over here on that light blue color. I don't think this is the glacier, but it looks very much like that. All right, let's run it through. This will fill up the panels on our card. I'm going to run that through. You can hear that clicking. Those are the speed bumps because I didn't do the dies at a little bit of angle like I told you to do with the other one, just so you know. All right, we're going to get our panel 1, panel 2. Did that one cut all the way? That one's a little bit goofy there. We'll clean it up. I went off the edge a little bit with my die, so you can see that one's a little messed up. This one's fine. And just to make it look a little bit nicer, if I can find my scissors, where did those scissors go? Scissors. Does anybody see my scissors? Oh, I put them on the floor. Got them out of the way, so I put them on the floor. So you can see that little, boop. Fix that. And let's get some adhesive on here. And again, this is easy. This is the easy part, of course. You can go crazy with your decorations. If you want to keep it simple, that is up to you. Keep it simple. But if you want to go crazy and make a super duper card, you can do that with this collection. Okay. So I'm just putting some adhesive on here to make this stick real quick. And let's see, we want to use this side. And we want to break up these 2 panels of light blue. So this is going to go in the center right here. We're going to add that in there. That looks nice. There's 1 panel. And then this is going to go in the larger spot. So remember, you could add another square in here, layer it, and add your sentiment in it. Or where we saw some of our designers put a circle die here. You have lots of different things you can do with this. Look at all the space you have. Lots of space. And for our last panel, you can add this. You could do some shading on the edges if you have some of our ink and sponges or brushes. So there's the base of your card. Pretty easy. That came together pretty quick. So use your imagination there. It looks nice on the front. You'd have some decorations, some flowers, some sentiment, some kind of good stuff like that. All come together. Well, how do we get this little piece here that kind of stretches across? Let me show you. So I went ahead and yesterday I took this die, and let me show you what it is. These 2 dies here that we have not used yet, this larger one with a little tab there, and then this smaller rectangular. I ran both of those through the machine, and you go ahead and put those together. See how the little extra their tab is right there. You put those together and you glue them together. I had these set overnight because this has a lot of motion, a lot of activity on it, right? So if I were to try to do it right now and put it together, it might work, but it would likely fall apart because of the action in the card. But here I went ahead and I did these and I made them ahead of time. And now this part I haven't done yet, so I want to make sure I have it right. And I might want to double check it. Okay, so my fold needs to be on that side. Okay, so I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to take this, and that's going to go there. And let's see, is that right? Yes. So that will fold down like that. So let's see if we can pull that off and put that together. Let's give it a try. Now, even this part might not hold together again because the glue won't have time to dry. But I'm at least going to show you how it looks. So this is going to go right across the front there. Now, again, these colors don't match exactly, but to give you an idea how it's going to work, it's going to open up like that, and then the card will close there. And like our designer has done here, you can decorate this section down below. So it's not going to look boring like my card looks like, all that, but you can make yours all fancy like this. So let's give it a try. I'm going to add some glue adhesive just on these end tabs and see what happens. Okay. So lower your expectations on this part, because again, this card has a lot of motion. If you were to create this part of your card, you would want to, after you do all your decorations and get it in place, you would want to, I think, use glue, maybe adhesive, but you'd want to let it sit for a while to really adhere before you gave it to somebody, because it might just fall apart on you. So there we go. So I went ahead and I added it to this side, to one of the smaller panels. Then to the larger side, I added adhesive here. So both ends are really glued down. It looks like you could add even a little more glue there, because it looks like adhesive here, which I didn't, that it would stay in place right there. You have your card, double Z, and it's just going to fold just like that. It really does a lot. It really is easy, everybody. First time I tried this was yesterday. I looked at the card sample that I saw, and very easy. So just imagine you can decorate all this. That's my version. You can see these nicer cards here. Thinking of you again, it says, look at that. Some pattern paper, some sparkly. Get some sentiments down there. You can mix and match on your little panels. There's panels, different sizes here. So there's one sample. We saw that barbecue earlier. And look, it doesn't have to be at the base. It could be more towards the center. So that's a great idea too. You can move this piece up or down however you like. And let's do one more. And this thinking of you, where they've used the panels that were included, and that opens up just like that. And this one, they made their own with some grass dyes and some fence down there. So those are some options for you for the double Z. I think you would like it. It's very, very good. Yeah, don't lose my handle again, Jamie. Thanks. Look, it stayed on that time. Look at that. Oh, it didn't even fall off. I have to find my screw. It's bad. But for card 2, it held in place. So that's good. So I hope you like those items that we shared today. I think many of you have some of those items, which is great. So this is a reminder for you. You want to take those out and use them. And if you are new to the Stamps of Life, if you like the Bat Fold It, which Halloween's coming up, or we saw like a birthday card with it, you can use that for that. And then we also have this a little bit more like formal type of card that you can create. Like I just did this in just a few minutes. I got this far. You can decorate, embellish, do whatever you like. Those are on the Stamps of Life website. That one's called Double Z, Double C Fold It. All right, let's see. Brian has a good scripture this morning from 2 Corinthians. Good. That's great. I'm glad you're reading your Bible. So I hope all of you guys are getting into your Bibles. It's really important, because in my mind, that is the primary way that we hear from God. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to get my Bible, and we are in Proverbs. That's back in the Old Testament, and we're still in Proverbs 27. We did a verse last week, verse 1, and this week we're going to do verse 5. So let me go ahead and switch this up. We'll do our little devotional here, and then we will wrap it up. And again, before I check out, I want to remind you that we're going to have a special crafting corner this Thursday. As far as it's introducing, we're going to be into August already, and we will have new items to share with you. And we're going to reveal, Stephanie's going to reveal the club and all that good stuff. That's going to be Thursday night. So save the date. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab our verse here that we're going to start off. I will have a couple additional verses, kind of just cross references, but kind of backs up, supports some of the things we'll be talking about. So here we go. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5. And it says, open rebuke is better than love carefully concealed. So I don't know about you guys, and I think we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's sometimes it's not fun to be corrected, right? that is not like our favorite thing to happen to us. And of course, we can always respond to it in different ways. So rebuke is like correction or teaching or instruction. But the important thing is, so to be corrected or to be the person who does the correcting or rebuking or teaching or instruction, the big thing is, that when we do that, we need to do it in a kindly manner. All right. We need to be considerate, and we should be, when we're sharing something, trying to help somebody, correct somebody, we want to do it prayerfully too. We want to have that balance. Like, we don't want to get in somebody's face and just start, what would I say? We don't want to get in their face and start, get in their face and go, you need to do this, you need to do that, like yelling at them or getting upset at them or mad at them or being really forceful. No, we need to do it in kindness, right? Correction. So if we are the people who are doing the correcting, that is our responsibility to do it with kindness and with love and like a kind of compassion. And then, some of the time, the things that we're correcting other people about, or we think we need to, some of the time, if we look at our own lives or examine our own lives, we might see some things that are very similar that we need to correct about ourselves too. So that's a possibility there. So then the second part, it says, what did it say there again? Let me grab that. It said, is better. So correction is better. Instruction, education is better than love carefully concealed. So somebody might, or we might say we love somebody, we care about them, but then is the love kind of concealed? And what does that mean? It's like, if we love somebody, we should be honest with them. If we love somebody, we shouldn't like hide it or disguise it or keep it from them. In other words, we should express that love, right? So if we say we love somebody and we care about them, but we don't share it or show people that we love them, we're really missing out on something. So in this example, it's telling us totally that, hey, somebody corrects you or points out something you need to work on, it's because they care about you. They're actually doing something good for you because they do love you. And so I kind of think that it connects with this, that if we know that we can help somebody or help somebody make a change in their life or do something different, to correct the direction that they're going, to get on a better path, to make a change in their life, we should do that. And for us to like withhold it, that's kind of an example of where we should be loving them by pointing out something that would be helpful for them, but we conceal it. So that's an example, kind of, you see how the love and the correction are kind of connected. If we can't correct people in loving kindness like this, how we talked about, prayerfully and kindly and with a heart of compassion, then that's really not good either. But real love will push us forward to do that. Now, when we go to correct people, or maybe even when we get corrected or somebody points out something we need to change, like I said before, sometimes our response is not always, okay, thanks a lot for telling me that, right? Sometimes we fight against it, and maybe we don't want to hear about the things that we're a little bit off on, and we don't respond to correction very good. So you have to be prepared for that. If you're going to be willing to take the risk of trying to help somebody to do better, to straighten out something about their life or make a change, they might not respond the way that you expect them to do. So that is part of loving people and caring for them, is that sometimes you have to take some risks. But for you or for me, if we were to be in that position where we were to try to correct somebody in a loving, kind way, it's really not our responsibility how they respond. But if we have that attitude as, hey, we want what's best for those people, and we do it with a kind heart and a loving heart, we can take that risk And I think a lot of time it will turn out good, but there are going to be some times when maybe nothing ever changes. And there might be some times when the people respond to that and not the way we had hoped. Maybe they get upset with us, or they might be like, well, who do you think you are? You ever get that kind of response? So being on the opposite side, so when people come to correct us and change us and point out something we need to change, we cannot kind of only control ourselves, right? That's the big thing. We can only control our own response and how we respond to other people. So let's check ourselves and make sure that we are the ones who are open to when somebody points out something in our lives that we did a little bit different and might improve our lives. Let's be open to that, right? Let's not shut those people down. Let's know that they're doing this because they love us and care about us, right? I think that's real important. Now, there are a couple other verses that I wanted to share about you. Again, so there's some risk, but the Bible does back this up, that we need to do that, to take some risk in life. We don't want to play it safe all the time. Like, again, we don't want to be the angry person or the person who's just yakking all the time and criticizing people, or that. We have to have that balance, correct? We have to have balance, and we want to know that this is what the Lord would want us to do. So prayerfully, we want to do these kind of things. But let's look at some other verses here. So from Matthew, and this is kind of just things talking about correction, and the Bible does talk about it. So it says, Matthew 20, that number is wrong. I have the wrong verse there. That should be 18:15. So I apologize. Matthew 18:15 is what it should say. Moreover, if your brother or sister sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained your brother. Open rebuke is better than love carefully concealed. So there is an example. You know what? I think I made an error. I think I combined that. It should just stop right there. So where it says open rebuke, forget that. I did some typo errors here, so I apologize. So if he hears you, you have gained your brother. So it says tell them their fault. But between you, do you notice that? We're not to make a big deal out of it when somebody is failing in some area, somebody has let us down, they need to be corrected. We don't go out around and tell everybody. We don't go to our family or our neighbors and broadcast this other person's problem, the difficulties we're having with them. Try to keep it just between myself and that person. And hopefully you can do that too. So that is something that we want to follow. Don't make a big deal out of it. Keep it like personal, at a personal level. We don't want to embarrass people. We don't want to make a big deal out of something that could just be dealt with in private. Does that make sense? All right, our next verse. And again, I apologize. I had some real typo errors on that one. Sorry about that. Now we just studied this one. We've been going through the book of Hebrews at our church. So we just did this chapter. Now this is kind of God, how he corrects us, and also our parents, how they correct us. It says, now no chastening seems to be joyful. Chastening is like correction, rebuking for the present. So at the time it happens where, oh, this is not good. I don't like this, but painful. But nevertheless, afterwards, it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. So if we are willing to accept correction or rebuke, there's something good in it. It says right there. It might hurt for a bit, but when we take it to heart and we go ahead and put some of those changes into practice and we try to fix our behavior or the way we're living, it can turn out to be really good. It can turn out to be really good. Okay, there was Matthew 18:15, my correct one. Do I have the wrong verse on this one too? Nope, that one is wrong. That was wrong. And I should have had, I have one more Proverbs here. This is, another error by Ken, sorry. Let me get rid of that. This is Proverbs 28:23. And I did not make a slide for this. I don't know what happened. It says, then he who rebukes a man will find more favor afterwards than he who flatters with the tongue. So there's another thing. When people just flatter us and tell us how great we are all the time, kind of be suspicious about that. But it says here that if you correct somebody in love and kindness, it's probably going to turn out to be good in the end. Whereas opposed to as you just tell somebody, oh, you're so great and everything you do is awesome. And I don't know, you're flattering in a way that's not true, it's going to turn out to be bad in the end, right? It's going to be turn out to be bad in the end. And the Proverbs warns us about that. Sometime when people are only saying nice things about us all the time, something is kind of off. Either they're not being truthful or with us, or they're just kind of like blind to the truth, one of the two. Because to be honest, we all know we have problems, right? All of us have issues. All of us have things that we could work on to improve our lives, things that we could do better with, don't you think? So maybe each of us, we don't have to broadcast, we don't have to go tell everybody, but maybe each of us could just look in the mirror today or ask God even to search our hearts and point out some things maybe that we could change and do different, and respond to some correction and some education and rebuking and chastening, not nice words, but respond and be willing to change, be flexible. We could all do that, right? And that would be better for us, likely, and for the people around us too. All right, we are going to wrap it up there. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I apologize. I had some errors on there on our slides. I don't know what I did. My own fault. I have to take responsibility for my own mistakes. And also, again, I told you, join us on Thursday. We're going to have fun Thursday night. In the meantime, have a great and wonderful day. I'll be back again for Take Two Tuesday. I should be back here again next week at the same time. And all the things we talked about on the website, you can go ahead and check them out if you like. They're available. What else? Got to work on our crossword puzzle skills. That was pretty lame, or at least lame for me. Maybe some of you were getting the answers right and you just weren't adding them to the chat, which is not fair. If you knew some of the answers and you didn't answer, what a shame. It made the rest of us look really bad. Okay, have a nice day. I will see you next week. God bless all of you. And again, thanks for joining me. I am out of here, I hope. Here we go. Maybe. Bye.